Okay. Well, there we go. The Curse of Blackbridge. Now we continue and try to get money for a new clue. And then that's the final book that we need. Well, I didn't get the bookshop anyway. So this might just be a dead run. Why did they have to get so hard? Open. Ooh, that's actually possibly useful. Okay. This run is pretty much dead. But we did get the conservatory. So I can change how often these things appear. I want to be commonplace, honestly, because that's a pretty good effect. So that one's good. Clock tower is pretty good. I'll move you back to standard. You are a dead end, which sucks. But, I want to get you. Ideally. Yeah, I mean, the code check's really all I can take, and there's nothing in here that I care to grab. So, no, I am good. Alright, terrible run. But, we read a book. I can at least say we have one video for the YouTube out of this hour and a half. Just because I sat there and read for like 30 minutes. That's a video. That's a video. Come on, Randolph. Yes. Okay. While drafting, if you draw a drawing room. If you draft a red room. Okay, while drafting, if you draw a drawing room, a letter will be delivered. Alright. Cool. We got the one we wanted. Randolph? Come on, Randolph. I need good stuff, please. Please, I beg you. There's the library. Definitely don't want that. I will take the conservatory, though. What do we have to mess with? Planetarium, boiler room, conference room. Conference room, I would like... Because that's just a good one. I'll turn the conference room into common. Boiler room is, like, fine. We'll put the boiler room as a standard. Planetarium, I'm not that crazy about, I'm gonna be honest. So that can stay. It's a dead-end room. Its effect isn't terribly useful. And then on all the signs too. Well, we got it. Well, we got it. I'm taking that. Trophy room is always tempting, but we got to get ourselves a new clue. And now if we ever get the bookstore again, we can just get like drafting strategy. A New Clue by Marion Marigold. Oh, that's a dead. Oh, that's a dead end. I mean, at least we got the... At least we got the bookshop before that happened. So we got what we cared about mostly. This is going to go absolutely nowhere. This is why I wanted my boudoir. Done. Okay, but now we can easily hop into another run and get ourselves some more reading done. Another Marion Marigold classic. Alright. Cool. It's something. There is the library. Kind of the best time. Let's do it. Alright. Our new book. A New Clue by Marion Marigold. Graciously gifted. Sundial Publishing, 1988. Maybe that's important. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you. For you are looking for a new clue too. You bet your ass I am. So this is probably talking about the detective, right? He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Keep left? Interesting. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids, he questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were only found in books. To Tanner Fork. So tome after tome that the library loaned and the books that he had he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Yeah. Wait a second. These all have arrows in them. Every single one. Except for this one, I guess. Well, no, because the Route 9 is pointing down. Down, right, left, right. He changed all the letters and the lines that he found. He checked all the colors on the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. What in the 9? Right. Draft the 6s. Shifted extras, the fixed... Oh my goodness. Okay, and this says right again. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. Okay, there's not an arrow here. A man obsessed in Cuckoo 2, they would say as he would wander through. The best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? Yes. Oh wait, and then there's the underlined thing in like the hovel or whatever that says no sign has been found. Oh, look at that text. I need to be able to read that. I need to be able to read that text with a magnifying glass. Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. Suspect is minor, the suspect is minor, the suspect is major. Okay. That is weird. Okay, so there's some stuff to glean from that. We have like various signs. In my earlier statement, there's a much better bedtime story, 10 out of 10 pros. Yeah, it was great. So Route 8, so down, right, keep left, to Tanner Fork, right, because there's an arrow there. Record, wait. Route. Depart. Corner cases. God, there's so much here. This is an important one. Route, depart. Route, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Right? Dead end. Record each stop. Record each stop. Route 8. Part. Keep left. It's Tanner's Fork. Nothing here is particularly important. It's just a children's book. Oh no, there's important stuff here for sure. Like, it makes so much sense from so much of the context. Because we know this is just a book Marion wrote about the detective that's currently looking for her. And record each stop. Suspect is minor. And that's a blue note, so I definitely need to look at this again with the magnifying glass. So if I could find a magnifying glass and come back over here, phenomenal, quite frankly. That would make fun lunchboxes. Yeah, being rich must be nice. We got the magnifying glass! Okay, we can go back and read the book. We can go back and read the book. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many things we can zoom in on that. Okay. New clue. Alright, there's so many wonderful things we can zoom in on. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, this is all just scribbles. Except for the Route 8. That might be important. Alright, what does this say? Dead cases. Lavatory. I'll take pictures of all of these things to just have in my notes. Dead cases. Corner cases. And then, what does this say? Suspect list. Give me that. And then there's nothing. That does say depart. Okay. Yeah, that's everything from that page. Here doesn't look like there's much. I mean, I think there's stuff on this, but there's all the fruit. You're talking to the house staff. To Tanner Fork. What does this say? Draft the sixes. Tender Cipher. Lunar renamed Uncle Ow. Uncle Aw. Okay, not much here, but there might be some stuff going on. Chord. Nothing there. Each. Okay. Okay, now this is the page I really wanted. Major. Okay. What in the nine hells are you on about, detective? Assume page count starts on title pages. Red, green, violet, blue. Page. Oh my god. Oh, we're gonna be doing some ciphering. Library, the way. XYZ ABC. Okay, okay, okay. And then there's more stuff right here. Dead end, major key. XYZ ABC. Seen all the signs? Whoa. Oh my. Oh goodness. And yeah, there's nothing to get there. Wait a minute. That might not be what I'm thinking of. Wait, what is this too? The Metro? Fenaries Metro? Okay. The suspect is a key. On the way. Okay. Suspect is minor. The suspect is major. The suspect is minor. What in the world? No, it's fantastic. It's cool in the same way that like um Tunic is cool in a lot of the same ways where there's a bunch of like really simple stuff that you see and then it turns out that there's just so much stuff going on. That's why I love these types of games so much. Okay, so we have a few things here. So you're saying something about library, the way through. I can't actually read what that says. There. Covers? Is that what that says? Like the covers of the book? I can't read that. Like library. The way through. Because covers makes me think. Assume page count starts on title pages. Red. Page A. Word. Page. Okay. Assume page count starts on title pages. So you're saying count the pages in the book? Red, page A, word X. And it goes XYZ ABC. What? Dead end, major key. XYZ ABC. Dead end is C. Seen all the signs. Okay. So, I'm guessing this is meaning you reference other books to get other signs. God, this is going to take a lot of me just sitting here staring at this. Dead cases, lavatory, corner cases, patio parlor, library. And then, yeah, the suspect list. One of your suspects is a 12-year-old? Two of your suspects are 12 years old. Yeah, keep left. Doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, this is very weird. There's another sign. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to dive back into my screenshot notes because we need to see some of the stuff that the detective specifically said in the original history of Orindia. And maybe we can glean something by what they wrote in there, because they have like a little note that they wrote in the version that they checked out from the library. And I want to see that again. God, there's so many screenshots. Here it is. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department in this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant, but also willing to aid in our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We're returning with this letter the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. Heard your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of India could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Part of me thinks that you may have given me a censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh about this after you have given me the actual manuscript. Detective Bon Margol Redguard. Here's this. I forget where this is. I think this is the Hovel note. 2 wings, 9 ranks, and then 4 or 5 would be 9 times 2 would be 18 divided by 9 is 2, and then minus 2 is 0, and then it says coincidence. 45, 2, 9, 2. Oh, because 2 wings, 45 rooms, 9 ranks, 2 starting rooms. 45292 is 0. Okay, I mean that's something. Yeah, I mean we have way too many notes. But I think if we want to accomplish possibly anything else, what I am going to need to do is go to the sanctum. Okay. So we have a little bit of information about you. I'm gonna have to swap over to my other PC to look at my screenshots once again. But I feel like we possibly have enough information about this one to maybe say what it is. Identify, yeah, the core, the dividing lines, the border. So the core. Okay, so this is Orinda Aries. So I have this note that we found in a clock tower. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore, carried by westerly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. And that is Orinda Aries. So if we see a map now, oh, that's why I have that listed there. Because there's a broken piece and it has the moats listed like that. It has the moats listed like that. It also kinda shows me the pattern for the border. It also kinda shows me the pattern for the border. So if we go back, the border Yeah, that's why I wrote the border down as violet. So, pretty much the only thing we're missing for Orinda is the weather. Expansion. Territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the black banners of Orindia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry. It was the 4th king of Orindia who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather. The middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm Orinda Ares after the angelic paragon of royalty Orinda. So, Orinda... It's listed as poetic. What I need is the weather. The fields and mountains is what it is. It was the middle province and heartspring. So, middle... fields... and... mountains. Okay, but I need the weather. I need the weather, friends. Youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms. Okay, so Arch, yellow. Okay. Stormy weather. Okay. Arch Ares is stormy. Which time was not as developed, but a good deal more vast. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Araja, the mystical realm of the ancestors, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and the poetry of the old tongue. As the second era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands, and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from each other. Despite these differences, they maintained friendly relations, were known for cooperation, a vast network of railways, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Araja. Should I add shores to Araja? Shores? Don't know if that's important. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. A promise that would, unfortunately, as my readers will soon find, not be kept. Alright. Do I have 2 of those? I do have 2 of those. Let's get rid of that one. 4th era. As the kingdoms of Orinda Ares entered the 4th era, a different kind of ruler took the reins. King Desolus III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects. He was a king who was often seen among the people eating, drinking, and conversing. But the masses as well, who could scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever sup at the crown. King of the people, Desolus was renowned as, and it was therefore a surprise to no one when he made the decision to move the capital from the secluded mountains of Reddington to the public stage of Oris. Okay. Leaving castle and court behind, the people were overjoyed by this choice, and the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare, yet not all were swayed. There were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his station, and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the common folk. These dissenting voices planted a seed of discontent which took root in the lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fynn. As I have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fynn. Okay. The brutality of the pacification of Fynn did not go unnoticed. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forth to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Ares and Nuance to join their cause. Who in the nine hells is Nuance? However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Horus had fallen, and with it, the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were buried, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fynn. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. Okay. God, this must be thrilling. Okay, and then we get to the Curse of Blackbridge. Wait, did I not get the... No! It says next page, but I don't have a screenshot after that. Did I not get the final page of the... Let's go to the other version of the book. I don't think I screenshotted the final pages. So I might have to order the book again. Yeah, I'm missing like 2 pages that I didn't get screenshots of from that book. So I didn't find much about the potential type of weather for Orrinda Ares. But we will go in here anyway. And I think we might be able to process of elimination it. Because I know that... Okay, so I do have to remember how to do this as well. So this one turns the amount of rays, but also the border. So this one turns rays and border. There's this, which just turns the border. There's this, which changes what type of rays there are, but once again, also the border. And then there's you, which just changes the symbol, which I think is fine. So the symbol is the poetry one, which is just flowers. As soon as I find it, there they are. So that one is that. It's poetic. So next should be this, I think. Then we do that. Yeah, okay. So... Border, violet... Motes... oh shit. I don't think I have what this is. Wait, this is weather, right? Yeah, weather is the one that I don't know. Oh, but I also don't know. So no, we can't do this one. I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about it. I don't think. We know the color of the border, and we know the motes. We know its location, and we know it has fields and mountains. But I don't think I can actually solve what it is with that. We just know it's the middle bit. I need to get back to Realm and Rune notes to see what exactly is here. Shippers, seaports, roads, streets, carriages, horseback, rough trails, train system. Wait, we know they use a train system because it said in that era they got trains. It said in the book. Yeah. It said in the book that all 3 of these got railways, track-based travel. So I think we have that actually, because based off of the history book that we read, it said that they had those things. Yeah. What was it? The 2nd era? No, 3rd era. The sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation. The succeeding generation of their heirs continued that tradition and was defined by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the length and breadth, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Araja. So that might mean that all 3 of them use railroads. Fynn, Ares, Araja, and Orrinda all use railroads? Possibly? Weather. A lack of unusual or harsh weather and normal temperatures. Foggy. Heat. Rainy. Stormy is for Finn Aries. Falling circles, colder realms in which snow, windy weather. Raise buckling under the high winds. So, in our note we found about Arinda, it does mention winds a lot. So maybe Arinda is windy? Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Maybe they're windy. Maybe they're windy. They might be really heckin' windy. Okay. Let's see. So the modes are correct. We just need to fill in this. Yes. And it was 3 for the railway system, I believe. So... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. That was my mistake. I apologize. So we flip that around. So we get back to those, because you're poetic. Now, we turn you. Wind. That's good. So these two, now correct. Now, we turn you. Yeah. Until we have what I need, which I think is that, the 3. 3, windy, and now we just need to get this one, which is violet, which is like some lines. This one. Incorrect. Damn it. Damn it. So I'm thinking that means windy is not correct, or railroads isn't correct. Let me just make sure with our book over here that I had the right like rays and everything. But those look like the windy ones. Those look like the windy ones. And then train system is, yeah, 1 in the middle. It's like a Y, basically. It's a Y shape. The only other thing I would venture to try is, let me also make sure I got the border right. So violet, yeah, that's violet. That's violet border. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, the only other thing I think I would want to try is to see if the weather is maybe straight lines instead. Because that note mentions wind a lot, but it could be going for something else. Could be. The straight lines was actually what I wanted right there. Actually. Just the totally boring straight lines. Yeah, and then I just want to swap you around to this one. No. Okay. So we do not have what we need for Arinda. Okay. We could try Finn Aries. It looks like I have 3 things for them. I know they have stormy weather. Do we even have Finn Aries unlocked? I don't know that we do. I know that they have stormy weather. They might use railroads because it's specifically mentioned. And it's yellow. So we're missing weather, railroads. We're missing their modes. For what kind of place Fin Aries is, like what they're known for. I mean, I guess before I move from here, let's just even go see if we even have Fin Aries unlocked. I do. Or not Fin Aries, Arch Aries. Fin Aries is the one we've already done. I need moats, though. I need something that tells me what Arch Aries is like. So, let me look at my notes for that really quick. Oh, there they are tearing up the railways. This is on the slideshow in the, whatchamacallit. So, that may be what changed. Yeah, they tore up the railways at some point. Oh, and in this picture, they have, like, blimps? Like zeppelins? It's showing? Did they start using aerial transportation at some point? Yeah, this is a wee bit of a struggle. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gleaning any more from this right now. I have a lot of stuff, but I don't think I'm getting anything else out of this right now. I had the idea that maybe I could have solved one of them, but I'm too stupid to see something, or I just don't have enough information yet. Clearly, I need to get 1 or 2 of the books from the library again, because I am missing some screenshots of those. I might try to, in the future, move my screenshots before I stream this again over to this PC, so maybe I can actually show looking at the screenshots, I guess. Because right now it's a little nonsensical and I'm just kind of sitting there reading them off. Oh, that's weird. But yeah, I think my brain has turned off for the moment.